Следующий день. Едем в Трою, пока едем по Турции. Мы будем пересекать залив. Насколько я поняла, это еще по европейской части мы едем. Горы. Море. Мраморное, кажется, море. Еще одна мечеть. Еще одна мечеть. Мы едем, да, вдоль вот этого берега. Азия через на ту сторону. Мы все по Европе едем. Мы будем переплывать на пароме. Что долго? Море. Тут пляж, только что видел. Неплохой песочный. Там есть пляж.
Okay. How about this? There's a little Spain there.
One of the 7 wonders of the world. Quite extraordinary. Soft. I'm excited to go back. Yeah.
Oh, you have been in
Oh, yeah, this is your house.
Yeah, I was here 15 years ago.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And, you know, then, because I mean, I was here 2 years ago, and there's been massive excavations at that time. Massive excavations.
Oh, I bet.
Extraordinary. It's an next time we get Macca's on the way. It works. So maybe 30 to almost 7 It's like 30 at 8 bucks, 250 bucks. The cost of the food is 50, so I'm charged the labour street. I learned as much as I can from their integrity. You know what? I realised I was making speaking conversations with guys that I don't especially something as complicated as changes.
Деревня. Все из гуси гуляли. Их упустил. Коровы были. Вот это какие-то животные, петухи.
So yeah, no, it's different. Make sure, you know, she's sick when you're back in hospital. Да.
другими. Турция.
So, she was about to go, I'm like, up to the mountain as far as I'm concerned. Right now, so many issues with that. It's not more, I could be, like, I was thinking, I actually rushed it 2.5 hours. It's just like, over that second. You'll see on Prague in 3. In London in 6 hours.
Собака гуляет.
So basically, he's going, I'm only going to go back and check it out. My mother goes to
Розочки.
right here. I was thinking, you know, it's hard to say. It's not even when I talk to my Russian, travel a lot, so I'm not Russian. You go to Barcelona, especially the house, I'm not Russian. Australia's a little bit more exotic. By the way, what do you think of the sexualism? Almost the first word I would say. It's the Charles. That's the first century. Australia, I think, deserts. Sydney, it's on the other central Australia's very good. You know, I know it's like a lot of politicians. He's figured out how to. One generation, have no idea how to survive in a system. So, probably is, yeah, it's less than hard. I mean, yeah, teach stuff. Yeah, there is a multi-role for and so there's that place. But going back to my life, intuition is understanding fashion and other different types of living. So, the steel factory, 3,000 years. Primarily dedicated to making better fashion. Well, communism place was over the stage, but eventually up into the pieces of shirt. So, run steel workers. Used to make that. What the hell that is? It's financial control. Sorry, I'm sorry, I was just trying to no, I understand. It's quite a small sort of stuff. It's still driving around the shitty old van. He goes up to it. Nice steel factory guy once suggested he said, this should be a job. You give me a bit of the action and then you go, she said,
Красиво здесь, да? Угу. Есть.
So why do they I've got a couple of businesses. I trust you. Prices wrong with the role, and I think people want to go to the supermarket. What kind of costs? They had a little foundation we bought into, and I was the one that's going to rise the fastest. Yes, the downside.
Beautiful coast.
vegetarian. Good. Only one. You. Okay. Please remember on the country. Sorry. Please.
I want to remember you too. No,
I'm vegetarian, no? I don't know. I prefer vegetarian food actually. О, какое море.
Quick lunch.
Красивые виды какие. Turkish place as well, yeah?
Well, if I give you a few of them.
Известный итальянский. Захватили. Ну ладно. Первая лошадка. Надо будет посмотреть этот фильм обязательно. Фильм называется «Троя». Where is that?
Just like Istanbul, Çanakkale has territories on both continents, and this is the Asian part, but some Turks call it Anatolian part, because we still call Turkey Anatolia. But it's Anatolia. Plant of mothers. Ana means mother. Anadolu. Dolu means full. So plant of mothers. Yeah, and the population of this town is 116,000. But 35,000 of them are students. So Çanakkale is just a university town, it's a college city. And local people earn their living by fishing, farming and carpet weaving. If you are interested in carpets, you should go to Pergamum or Cappadocia. All of them are handmade. But the thing is, wherever you go, you should bargain. Try to lower the price as much as you can. At least 20%. And Troya is located on the southern part of the city, which is 37 kilometers away from here, so it will take just half an hour to get there. And when we arrive Troy, we will talk about the myth, the legendary story of Troy. We will talk about the history of archaeology and what we see inside. Troy is a 5,000-year-old city. It was destroyed many times. There were totally 9 different cities which were built upon each other. So you will see the foundations, just the remains. So you will try to visualize what you see. It's not like Ephesus or Pergamum.
Excuse me, what's that? Is that because of the war?
Yeah, it's from the First World War. Turkish soldiers used them. And he's Atatürk, he's the first prime minister. Because of him, Turkey was a secular country, but because of the prime minister, everything's changing in a bad way. Turkey is going backwards. It's going to be a religious country, Islamic country one day. Which is so sad. Change the constitution. We are not good about his decisions because he wants to take our rights back. So we can still drive, we can still work in public places, but there's a society. You know what? I was born in Antalya, it's on down south, and life is so modern. All people are so open-minded. You can wear your bikini, walk on the street because the weather is hot. No one cares. You can get drunk, go out late at night by yourself. No one does anything. It's so safe and people are so open-minded. But here, in many places, not just in Çanakkale, you should be so careful. I moved here a few years ago. My house is in Eceabat. It took 3 months to find a house for myself. Why? I was single, I was independent, and I was working. So it means I can have a boyfriend, he can come to my house, I can share it with males. So it means it's terrible. You cannot share your house with your boyfriend unless you get married. So I tried to find a house for myself for a long time, it took 3 months, then I found this home. And the problem is I had to promise about not to take anyone in my house. I had to promise. So because we saw that what was coming, there were lots of protests, but people couldn't be awake. They were still sleeping, but the time to say enough was the biggest protest in Istanbul. Last year at the end of May it started. Have you heard about Gezi Park? Gezi, but we are minority, so we cannot speak up. No one can hear us because we don't have the power. He's really strong and powerful because he's been in power for more than 13. This is his 12th year. So all the people, his population is growing, so we cannot stand against him. And this was the main problem. In Turkey, there was no strong opposition because everyone is so scared. They're so afraid of him because he can do whatever he wants. Ottomans, and he's trying to be the last sultan. So, dictatorship started. So the lifestyle is totally different. Women work in the fields, men just sit in a coffee shop. All day long, they drink tea, gossip, play okay. Do you know okay? It's a play which is played for with 4 people. It's like domino. They play it all day long and they just gossip. But women work. So they don't respect a lot to have 4 wives, but 1 is legal, the other 3 is illegal. There's a religious agreement. You sign the paper in front of imam. Imam is a really like priest, so it's not legal, let's say. But you can have 4 women at the same. He just remember who told this? He just told his opinion, his own opinion. So we don't care about it. You know, he was just ignore him. We don't care about it. You can love everywhere. Doesn't matter. We don't care about this people. Yeah, you see the restaurant?
Yeah.
Asian group stop here for lunch. That's why the owner of the restaurant opened this course. Just for them.
Ah, right, okay.
You see, it looks like a lava in front of the course.
Yeah, actually. Well, it's a nice place here. Like this. Oh, sorry.
By the way, you can also record the monuments on the right hand side, on the other side. You can see Turkish. You see the Turkish flag on the other side? There's a big monument.
Oh,
Direğin önüne geliyor göremiyorum.
Where?
I think there's a, yeah, you cannot see it. Just a second. You see on the other side, there's a big,
yeah.
no, it looks like a table with 4 legs, but from here we can see just 3 of them. This is the biggest one is Abide, Turkish Memorial. It
Can't
was
see.
built on the other
Can I see where?
soldier. You can't?
No.
Okay, just go out, I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Hemen gidiyorum abi. This is the Yo, it's a peninsula, and in the peninsula it's Gelikoy. Gelikoy. And from here you can see the tip part of the peninsula. Normally there are 3 memorials. The biggest one is Turkish. Actually there are 2 more, but it's a bit hazy, so we can barely see them.
Am I blind?
It's this is the biggest one, and these 2.
Ah, I see. Okay.
The taller one is French Memorial, the shorter one is British Memorial, but I can barely see it because I know where they are, right there. During the battle of the First World War, British and French forces came from south, they landed here. That's why they use on the Philippines. And there's a bay, we call it Morto. Your Morto means death in French, we call it the Dead Man's Hall. And this area is called Cape Palace. Seizure. He has to find a nice solution to keep them away from us because as we know, he supports them. So I don't know what he is trying to do, but we're not happy with this. There were lots of protests. 29 people were killed. So it's really...
What is protest happened about 2 or 3 days ago? It was something to do with Syria.
In Kobani,
I don't know. In Istanbul, something happened 2 or 3 days ago. Just before I left UK, there was a
there were
problem.
protests.
Well,
The 3 days ago there was a protest about Kobani because Kurdish people were killed by ISIS, by the soldiers. There was a protest about them, and 29 people were killed, and 2 police, not police officer, but what is one up, not officer, but
General?
like general, yeah, yeah.
what is the difference between, you said Kurd people, yeah?
Kurdish people, yeah.
Kurdish people and Turkish people, yeah? What is the difference?
Yeah, because they want their own land. Kurdish people want their own land. That's why we have some problems.
They want what?
The eastern part of Turkey is full of Kurdish people. That's why they want their own independence.
It is a strict one, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But actually they have their own land. We don't go Polish people. And my home, for example, my hometown, Antalya, the most beautiful places were taken by them. Did we say anything? No. They have rights, they can do anything they want. They always ask for more. And it's really... and they kill people, they kill my people, but they still want to have more. We should have some problems with British people. Horse. All the horses are just someone's imagination. And this horse was created in 1975 by a Turkish artist that said here in Troy, there was a war between Greeks and Trojans. It's 1183 probably. They destroyed their ships to build a Trojan wooden horse. And it is said that they were totally 32 soldiers inside the horse, but every source gives a different number. So we don't know the number of the soldiers or the size of the horse. And it was left on the beach, on the western part of the city. There was a Greek island, Tenedos. Greeks pretended to sail away and they hid behind this island. So Trojans woke up early in the morning, they couldn't see any soldier around, they just saw the horse. The Trojan war was over, and Greeks said the horse is a present for their god, Poseidon. And Trojans respect horse, they didn't want to burn it. Only Cassandra didn't believe this. She was told to tell her that she was not. She said, don't believe this, a trick, don't take the horse inside, but she was cursed by the Trojans pulled the horse inside their cities, and late at night, the Trojans were celebrating their victory. They were a bit drunk and sleepy, so Achaeans, Greek soldiers, came out from the horse and opened the gates for the soldiers. So they captured the city from inside by using a trick. But some professors think that it was something like a modern battering ram. Ladies, you know the battering ram? Soldiers used them to hit the doors.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a big and modern battering ram, which looked like a horse, but people were not hitting inside. Imagine that there was a large platform, Achaeans were standing on this platform, and other soldiers pushed the horse. When the horse reached the city walls of Troy, they were in the same level, so Achaeans jumped over the city walls, they captured the city from inside by using the battering ram. But this is just an idea. Some people think that it was just a metaphor, just a symbol of destruction. Do you know god of earthquake and ocean? Do you know him? Greek god of earthquake. Poseidon. Horse was a symbol of the god Poseidon. So they think that this is the best connection between destruction of the city and the horse, because Troya 6, Homeric Troy was destroyed by an earthquake. So it was just a symbol, let's say.
Что еще наверх слезть? Слазь, не пролазить. Может, слезть от лошадок Троянской.
You're welcome.
Cuando abres, siempre que abres esto, cuando vos
Students can work here just for 2 months, in July and August, because most of them are students coming from all over the world. There's an international team here, and they quit working on the area after 2 p.m. Then they start working on computers, and they stay here in those houses as well. They have parties in the coffee shop. You should be here in August. The French team is lovely. And here on the ground of the extension house, you can see the ceramic water pipes. They were used by Romans. Fresh water was coming from Mount Ida by these water pipes to the city, and Romans also used aqueducts. There is a village, Kemerdere, which is just 16 kilometers away from here, and there is an aqueduct which is still good quality.
From Афины.
All these marble pieces are from Roman period. And you can see walls of them as well. As I heard, constructed because we have enough pieces and archaeologists know how it looked like. But many years ago, most of them were taken by local people to use in their cemeteries. That's why archaeologists will try to complete the missing parts, but they are still claiming.
So you will soon have.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Okay.
Yeah, there are Daimler, Chrysler,
Yes,
Siemens,
it's
Mercedes-Benz, and there are so many professors who support the excavations by themselves. And we call them Friends of Troy. Have you heard anything about Heinrich Schliemann? Do you know him? No. It's on the third line at the end. Heinrich und Sophia Schliemann. He started to excavate this site in 1870. He took the permission from Ottomans to excavate the city. See it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Now you can see his tail.
Yes.
He turned back.
This is squirrel. It's more visible than monument.
Troya is like a zoo. It's full of red squirrels. We have grass snakes, but they're not poisonous.
Okay.
And Carl William Play again.
So what happened with the...
I can work there because
Осталось от Великой Трои.
it was a small fishing and farming village. Today we will see the section of the fortification wall and the houses which we call the Schliemann Trench. So this settlement was destroyed in 500 BC, and here you can see the plain of Troy too. Every time cities were built on this one, they expand. Because of the north and western part of the city, there was ocean. What can be the reason for this? Same building, same era, everything is the same. All are different. What do you think? Maybe? No. Which period it was? It's 7.
It's survived during the war, yeah?
Yeah. But it's not about this.
earthquake? No.
No.
It was 6.
All these stones were below, underground, so it was not visible. This was, at that time, during Homeric period, this was the level of the city. Hector walked here, but you see it goes deeper, 2 meters more. So this was the foundation stone, so people didn't need to cut these stones. So it means Trojans were a bit lazy. Yeah, they had the same tools, same era, same everything is the same, but stones are different because all the stones were below ground. Okay. So this was by Trojans to defend their cities against
Троя. Кисенька. Чумаренький котеночек какой. Глупенький малышечка.
So it was roughly 12 meters high. And now it seems easy to climb, but it's not because at that time the surface was smooth, it was plastered, so it was not climbable. And you see, they didn't use any cement. They just put them top on each other, just like Inca people.
How they survived then?
So this is the drywall. They just put the stones top on each other without using cement.
They just tried how they survived then? How they survive without cement?
Because it was plastered. It was plastered.
Ah, plastered with what?
And also the base was larger in order to carry the upper stage. That's why it was strong enough, let's say. And every 5.5 meters, you see there's a curve. We call it the log system. It was so strong against earthquakes. You know, Troya is located in between 2 main fault lines. We have lots of earthquakes here. Yes, you can understand it was a This place was empty because we constructed it by using cement. Yeah.
So that's sand?
Sandstone.
Sandstone?
A bit softer than the limestone. Period. Roman was Roman. That only one person could pass. And there isn't enough place to make a maneuver with the battering ram to hit the door. So only the eastern gate of Troy 6 was really clearly passed to resist attack.
Very. Ты маленький блокит исполнил.
Okay, so just the royal family was living inside the main city walls, and excavators found 40 Greeks. So their religion was paganism, as usual. Along the way of Troy, you saw so many olive trees and pine trees. Here, you see lots of Trojan oak trees, fig tree, mulberry tree, pear tree, almond tree, ships. They couldn't get in the port. That's why they had to move to Constantinople. So the lane is barley, tomato, lettuce, cucumber. The
Wait, because you're a god, no?
God, yeah.
Кульопенько.
Oh my God, I couldn't speak English.
No, it's
Have
fine.
you seen the graveyard of Lythnians? They buried their cave Marmara, which is archaeology. There's a small island which is called Marmara Island. You know, mermer is marble in Turkish. These marbles came from Marmara Islands, from the by ships.
Самира Троя, значит, первая-то самая древняя. Война была во время Севен, Троя Севен.
Romans carvings just make like that and for the decoration as well. They usually use fruit, animal, egg motifs constructions. In this temple of Athena, the ceiling was built flower motifs. These statues on the ceiling.
Temple of who was it?
Athena, goddess of wisdom. Down the bottom on the right, you can see a sign. People thought they would make a slave, but we know that slaves were not able to make a sign. So some of the professors think that. Duracak mısınız, geçecek misiniz? Tamam.
Люди. Старые. Троя.
No. Okay, it is said that the wind brought wealth to Troya. All the Trojans were so rich because
Ветер
of the
принес
wind.
богатство
Why?
Троя.
You know what? Troy is always windy. There is not a week without wind. And there are two strong breezes. One of them is Lodos, coming from the south, and it's a bit warm breeze. When the wind is Lodos, we don't drink alcohol because it makes terrible headache. And the other one is Poiras, from north, and it's a bit cool breeze. And Troya was the highest point of the hill before the excavations. And the sponsor is Daimler Chrysler. It was built here to protect the mud bricks against rain and snow. I will show you a method to make it. You just mix soil, water and straw. It was like insulation. This material keeps your house warm in winter, cool in summer. Each one was 10 or 12 kilograms. The only problem with mud brick was not durable. It was easy to break it. And it was not reusable, so Trojans used them over stone foundation as well. So nothing is original here except a small part from the house and here the inner part. The rest, all of them were reconstructed in 1998 and 9 by the students. And students fired these bricks because we know that Troya took... We know that these are all from the same city, same period, 2300 BC. And that's why we know that this city was destroyed by a fire.
So how many years before BC?
From 2300 BC.
How is this carbonating system?
It is carbonated system.
Yeah.
It's like when you for Roman temples. So all the Megarian buildings had rectangular plan. There was a front porch and there were freestanding houses. These kind of houses were called megara. Here you can see the front porch entrance. There was just one single room in the middle of the tower of the city. In the picture you can see it. And there were mud bricks over stone foundation as usual. Remember the fortification wall of Troy 6? It was totally plastered, but here, in the earlier period, they just plastered the upper part, just mud brick part. And in the reconstruction you can see there was a gateway here for 2 meters wide, was there.
But here we have another city wall, another wall.
It was one.
Uh-huh.
It was one. You see this is a bit high because there was a first city below. That's why this place, the royal area, is a bit high.
Самое древнее,
Built up on the previous one. But local French was 14 meters wide and 17 meters depth. And as you remember, he started Liverpool from north to south. That's why now we are here. The entrance was right there, and these are the houses. We thought that these were rectangular buildings because they usually had a rectangular plan, but we realized that there was no front porch. There were no front porch, and they were not freestanding houses. They were connected to each other. So Manfred Korfmann, the last professor, called them robo-long houses. Robo-long houses. And the third house was because I want to donate my dead body to research. He said he really needs it to work on it, but it's illegal. He said that I must be unidentified. If my dead body stays in the morgue for more than 5 years, if no one comes and takes it, then they can take it. But they need to wait for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Yes.
so this is the suburbs. The right hand side, you can see some parts of the city walls for 5 and 2. So we call it cultural strata. This is the first city was directly built on a bedrock, which is just 16 meters above sea level. Was there. It was roughly 34 meters above sea level. This was his biggest mess. It was like bulldozer path. Okay, so these are the main stores of Troy too. And this was the southwestern entrance of the city. These were two gates. The gate collapsed. And we call it ramp gate or just the ramp. Imagine that this ramp was ran directly to the tower. It was the walls are massive, but made of obstacles. Some professors think that escape out to find Troy because of the treasure. So maybe he found all the documents and he said he found them all here just to be famous, just to say that I found the King Priam's treasure. But we don't know what really happened. There are so many different speculations about it. Some people said that when he was in Greece, he found a gold master, how they call him, jeweler. He ordered him to make this gold. This was the Greek island, Tenedos, and now it belongs to Turks. It is Bozcaada. It's the third biggest island in Turkey. After the
So here, I want a picture.
The story is from. I film this film, last film, which was filmed here.
Mexico.
Ah, in Mexico. Oh, right. That's why you know this film.
But the problem is that it was not a typical city walls, and you can see marbles as well. So it means it was built by Greeks, then rebuilt by Romans. This was the altar. This was the sacrificial pit. The well closer to sacrificial pit was for blood of animals, and the second well, the biggest one, was for fresh water to clean the area. They were so deep, that's why we covered them. People sacrificed animals here. It was bleeding there. The holy place was located outside the main city walls because of hygienic reasons and bad smell. But we couldn't find the city wall yet. That's why we think it was located outside. Do you know Greek writer Herodotus? It came from Romans. And we still use the same heating system, Hippocrates system. So here there were only 4 parts as usual. Tepidarium,
Åh, vad liten mor. She's very popular.
oh my gosh!
Oh, she was so
Going to you.
Anyone step on you?
If I touch you, do you hurt me? No.
It's not poison. It's
Yeah, well, just in case, I don't know anything about them, so I don't
I
want
will. Well, that's why I'm to step on her. Снова на переправе, уже назад едем. Приближаемся к Европе. Азия осталась позади. Накале осталась позади. Значит, до Стамбула еще часов 5 ехать, 6. Что-то он продает. Воду. Приближаемся к Европе. Европейская часть. На автобусе часов 5 Полночь. Стамбул ночь. Замечательно. София, что ли? Еще башня. Красивая книга. Мечеть почти не освещается. Киска в помойке. Кисенька какая хорошая. В помойке она. Кисенька себе бегает, маленькая такая. Такое количество кошек везде и всюду.
Wow.